Stephen Biko was born in 1946 in King William's Town, South Africa, at a time when apartheid was tightening its grip. From an early age he experienced racial humiliation, exclusion and state violence which shaped his thinking. As a university student studying medicine, he became frustrated with how black voices were sidelined even within anti-apartheid movements. This frustration gave birth to his most powerful contribution to history, the Black Consciousness Movement. As you are watching this video, please like, comment and subscribe for more interesting videos. Biko believed that oppression did not begin with laws or police but with the mind. He argued that apartheid survived because it convinced black people they were inferior. His message was radical and simple, that black people must reclaim pride, dignity, and self-belief before any political freedom could be meaningful. This idea resonated deeply across South Africa and Africa, where colonialism had left psychological scars long after independence. To Africa, Biko represented a new kind of liberation thinker, one who challenged not only white domination but also mental dependency. His ideas echoed the thoughts of Frantz Fanon, Kwame Nkrumah, and later inspired generations of African youth to see freedom as both political and psychological. Black consciousness encouraged Africans to define themselves on their own terms, not through colonial standards. To the world, Biko became a symbol of moral courage. The apartheid state banned him, restricted his movement, and tried to silence him because ideas are dangerous to unjust systems. In 1977, he was arrested, brutally beaten by police, and left to die in custody. His death shocked the world and exposed the cruelty of apartheid to those who still doubted it. Global outrage intensified international pressure, sanctions, and resistance against South Africa's racist regime. Stephen Biko's legacy lives on because his message goes beyond race and geography. He reminds everyone that no system of oppression can survive without first breaking the human spirit, and that true freedom begins when people refuse to see themselves as less than human. His life teaches Africa to guard its dignity and teaches the world that silence in the face of injustice is complicity. As Biko himself said, the most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. Stephen Biko's arrest and death were not accidental events. They were the outcome of a state that feared his ideas more than violence. By the mid-1970s, Stephen Biko had become one of the most influential black intellectuals in South Africa. Through the Black Consciousness Movement, BCM, he inspired black students, workers and communities to reject inferiority and organize independently of white liberal structures. The apartheid government viewed this as extremely dangerous because it challenged the psychological foundation of white supremacy. In 1973, the state issued Biko a banning order under apartheid security laws. This meant he could not speak publicly, write for publication, attend meetings, or leave his home area of King William's Town. Despite this, he continued underground political education, community health projects, and intellectual resistance. His refusal to be silenced made the security police increasingly hostile toward him. On the 18th of August, 1977, Biko was arrested at a police roadblock near Grahamstown in the Eastern Cape while traveling with his colleague Peter Jones. The arrest was carried out by members of the South African Security Police. Under the apartheid regime, he was accused under the Terrorism Act, a vague law designed to criminalize political thought and activism without real evidence. After his arrest, Biko was taken to Walmer Police Station in Port Elizabeth, now Gqeberha. He was held in solitary confinement, a common method used by apartheid security forces to psychologically and physically break detainees. Solitary confinement often lasted weeks or months and was accompanied by interrogations, beatings, and sleep deprivation. During interrogation, Biko was severely assaulted by security police officers. He suffered serious brain injuries, including swelling and bleeding of the brain. Instead of receiving proper medical treatment, he was chained naked to a cell floor and left unattended for long periods. Doctors who examined him failed to challenge police abuse or insist on immediate hospital care, showing how deeply apartheid had corrupted institutions meant to protect life. When Biko's condition worsened, police made a shocking decision. Rather than treating him locally, they transported him over 1,000 kilometers by Land Rover from Port Elizabeth to Pretoria. He was driven for hours naked and unconscious, lying on the floor of the vehicle. On the 12th of September, 1977, Stephen Biko died alone in a Pretoria prison hospital from brain damage caused by police beatings. He was 30 years old. The apartheid government initially claimed he died after a hunger strike. This lie was later exposed by journalists, especially Donald Woods, doctors, and international investigations. Photographs and medical evidence revealed the truth. Biko had been beaten to death. Biko was killed by apartheid security police, acting under a system that legalized brutality against black bodies and criminalized black thought. Although inquests later confirmed that police assaults caused his death, no one was convicted at the time. It was only years later, during the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, TRC, that some officers admitted their role. Though full justice was never achieved, Biko's death became a turning point. It shattered any remaining illusion that apartheid could reform itself. International outrage intensified. Economic sanctions, cultural boycotts, and diplomatic isolation of South Africa. Artists, activists, governments, and ordinary people around the world saw in Biko a martyr for human dignity. His death proved what his life had taught: that ideas are so powerful that unjust systems will try to kill those who carry them, and that even in death, truth can defeat lies. Amadou Diallo suffered the same brutality and humiliation by New York police in United States. That was why Wyclef Jean sang on his song titled Diallo, 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 similar to Stephen Biko, Diallo, Diallo.